Kind of short. Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Christy Edwards. I'm the Executive Director of the Horizons program here in Savannah, Georgia. I'm going to first actually steal some of Colton's words. He talked about a community coming together to take care of one another, and I want to thank all of y'all for the work that you've done here in Savannah over probably many, many years, supporting children in our community. That's important work, and it's something that is always warms my heart to see so many people that are involved in the lives of children here in Savannah. So thank you for that. And I want to tell you today about another way that you can help even more kids in Savannah. And I'll tell you a little bit about Horizons. So first, if you don't already know, this is the last week of school, public school. Can you believe it? It's so early. So everybody gets out on Friday, and there's something about summer that actually is, while it's exciting for kids, it sometimes is unfortunately detrimental to their education. So you may have heard of something called the summer slide. If you haven't, it's the loss of learning that happens to any student between the time they leave school and the time that they go back. Teachers call it brain drain, or you'll see the first 6 weeks of school, your kids come home and complain, we're doing stuff we did last year, so it's this idea that you lose all of this information over the summer as a kid, and when you go back, it takes some time to kind of get you back up to speed. For low-income students, a lot of research has found that for that group of kids, it's actually 2 or 3 times as detrimental. Kids lose actually way more if they're a low-income student than their middle or higher-income peers, and that's because there's not the opportunities for those students over the summer. So while we're all sending our kids to robotics camp and we're doing 6 or 7 different things and driving them all over town, we have busy parents who work a lot and are struggling to make ends meet, and their kids aren't accessing those kinds of programs. So unfortunately, that sometimes will set a student back by 2 to 3 months when they come back to school. And this is actually something that over time continues to kind of stack on top of each other, those months of learning that gets lost. And by the time they're in 5th grade, that gap can be as much as an entire school year. So that's where Horizons comes in. For 245 lucky students this summer, they'll be involved in our program here in Savannah. And the mission of our program is to erase that gap. Our job is to try to keep kids from having any summer learning loss, and hopefully to actually help them gain some information over the summer and prepare them for the next school year. So here in Savannah, to give you a little bit of history, our program was actually brought here. We're a national program. There's 51 of us all over the country. And for those of you who remember Dr. Presley, Dr. Paul Presley was the headmaster at Savannah Country Day School 17 years ago. And he heard about this program in other private schools that were hosting Horizons programs, and he decided this was a perfect match for Savannah. And so he started the program at Country Day 17 years ago. And the idea is that the private school will host public school students on their campus over the summer and provide the facilities and some administrative help to get the program going. So when we started 17 years ago, we had a partnership with Windsor Forest Elementary School, and we had just a little class of kindergartners and 1st graders that started coming to the Country Day campus in the summertime. Since that time, we've expanded to 3 other campuses, and we are now serving K through 8th grade and some other grades as well, and I'll tell y'all more about that. And we've grown to serving 245 kids. So to tell you a little bit about what's different about Horizons, I know a lot of youth-serving organizations come and probably speak to your club, and I think what sets us apart is that we start serving kids at the end of their kindergarten year. And then those same students return year after year all the way through the end of the 8th grade. So we make a 9-year commitment to every family that joins our program. We do 6 weeks of summer learning, and then we have school year supports for that same group of kids. We do Saturday academies, and we also follow up with families throughout the school year and help provide anything educationally or just in terms of moral support that we can to those families. So that long-term commitment makes us very different. And like I said, we've been around for 17 years, so we have students, our oldest kids are actually juniors in college right now, the kids that came to us that first summer in kindergarten. There's 3 parts to our program. I kind of like to describe it that way. One is that the main part is academic. We do project-based learning. We do a lot of science, technology, math, and reading, which is a very strong component of what we do. We remediate a lot of reading issues and help kids continue to read over the summer. We make it fun so they don't really notice. And then we have swimming. We teach swimming to every student that comes through our program. We find that that's a really important part of our program. It's fun, so kids want to come back to the program year after year and continue to swim. And it's also something in our community that it's a life-saving skill. I mean, we're surrounded by water here. Most of our students would not have access to swim lessons otherwise, and so we teach every kid to swim. And then we have what we call sort of like experiences. They're traditions in our program that kids look forward to, and it's really just to expose students to opportunities that are different from what they do every day. And some of those, we do everything from kayaking to we do archery in the middle grades. We do all kinds of sort of summer camp type things to keep it fun. We also have expanded this last, about 2 years ago, into a high school program. And the reason we did that is we realized that our students, after they were graduating our program in the 8th grade, we have this great little graduation ceremony. And then the next summer, they would show up again and volunteer, and they would serve as volunteers in our program. And I looked around one summer, we had 17 high school kids that were volunteering in our program that were graduates. And I'm like, this is a missed opportunity. You know, we have these students here, we could be providing more for them. So we started our high school program to serve those students, and so we now actually can follow students from kindergarten all the way through 12th grade. We have 6 seniors right now that are getting ready to graduate from high school that have been a part of our program. And we have about 30 high school participants at this point. And for those students, we do a lot of sort of college career ready type programming. We do ACT prep, SAT prep. And then we also provide them a job shadow every summer. So we look for businesses that are willing to host a student for a couple days just to kind of try out a career that they might be interested in. And that's always fun. A lot of times students think a career is more interesting than it turns out to be, and it's fun to watch that realization. And then we also have, like I said, those school year programs. We see those same students throughout the school year. So we had some great news this year. Our program is not a paid program, so kids don't pay to come to Horizons. Their families are asked to contribute $35 to kind of hold their spot. But if they don't pay that, we don't obviously turn anybody away. So we raise all the money it takes to pay our teachers, pay for the programming, field trips, buses, food, all of that good stuff. And so we've been able this year, we have a huge demand for our program. So we had about 200 applicants this year for about 45 new openings. And so we've been able to partner with Savannah Christian this year to bring a new program on site there at their school. So they'll be hosting a kindergarten and a first grade this summer. So we're really excited to be there. So that puts us at 4 independent schools. We have a campus at Savannah Country Day. Obviously that was our first site. Bethesda Academy hosts our middle school program. St. Andrews is now this year K through 5, and then Savannah Christian's coming on board this summer. So by 2025, we're on track for this. We'll have space for 400 students in our program. So we're very excited about that. We're really excited to be adding Savannah Christian this summer. It's been part of our goals for a long time as an organization, and we'll be closer to the west side to some of the students that live in that area. So how can you guys help? So if you wanted to help in our cause, I left a little flyer on your tables about some events that are coming up this week. This is a big week for us. On Wednesday, we have a National Giving Day. All of the Horizons programs all around the country are actually, we're all participating in an online fundraiser. And we're asking all of our communities to help give to the program. And as of right now, our goal is $50,000 to raise through this online fundraiser. We started May 1st doing kind of advanced giving, and last time I checked, my board of directors has been working really hard. They've already raised, I think, $36,000 as of today. So we're very excited, but we still got to get to 50. And these events are great because you get a little something, for yourself whenever you come to these. So we're going to be at Cutter's Point Coffee over in Sandfly on Wednesday morning, and if you make a donation, you get a little discount for the next time you come in. And then for the ladies, Kendra Scott's hosting a give back party for us that same day. And then also, if you're going out for dinner Wednesday night, come out to El Coyote and we'll have a nice little get together to celebrate Horizons, and the portion of your bill will come back to us as well. So those are some great opportunities to come out and support Horizons, and check us out online. There's a brochure on your table, and we also have information about on our website about how you can give to Giving Day if you're interested. As of right now, my board chair will personally match all donations that are made. Up to $10,000. So some of you may read the Skinny magazine if you're from the Landings, and he made that clear for everybody that if you wanted to give, he'd be happy to match your gift. So thank y'all for having me. And if you have any questions, I'm here.